Asian food has become a favourite staple to Americans. The rice, the spice, and the oriental flavours have been eaten here for generations. In fact, we fell in love with Asian food long before we fell in love with its people. Now in America, Asian people account for almost 6% of the population, while there are 4 times as many Asian restaurants than there are McDonald's outlets. Japanese food has a distinct character and sets it apart from other Asian food. It's in their attention to the finest of details and their unwavering resistance to change that has preserved this historic cuisine for hundreds of years. We're going to experience the intricate nature of Japanese food and culture through the eyes of the Japanese who live right here in Los Angeles, California. Today we meet a third-generation Japanese American who is on a mission to preserve the traditions of his ancient land. We walk in his garden, taste his food, and be inspired by his remarkable story. We meet up with Instagram blogger Steezy Bites as we splurge on the finest Japanese beef we could possibly find. We learn the ancient art of sushi. I try pig's foot stew, and I have a one-on-one cooking class with one of America's finest and renowned Japanese chefs. Greater Los Angeles is one of the largest cities in the world. It's famous for being, well, famous. It hosts the famous Rodeo Drive Beverly Hills, the multi-million-dollar mansions of the Hollywood Hills, Santa Monica Pier, Venice Beach, and it's the media and entertainment capital of the world. The Hollywood sign is one of the most recognizable icons on the globe. People all over the earth feel an affinity with Los Angeles because the movies and television shows we grew up on were all created right here. Los Angeles is a culturally rich city. It's a melting pot of many cultures and traditions, including Japanese. The Japanese have been living here for over 100 years, and living here has come at a cost. On the walls of Little Tokyo is an image of a man. He fled Japan centuries ago to come to America to help pay his tax debt back in Japan. I'm meeting up with his grandson, John Nishio, to find out his story. Oh wow, this is just incredible. This is like, I feel like I'm in Japan.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
So, I mean, this garden has a real sentimental value to you, doesn't it?
Yes, there's several elements in the garden that represent my whole life, my late grandparents, relatives. Back in 1970, I spent a summer in Japan, and I lived at the Daitokuji Temple. And so I got to live with the monks and the head abbot, and I used to spend evenings on his veranda. The last week I was with him, I said, you know, Sensei, I wish I had a garden like this. And he said, Nishio-san, he said, it's your karma. Someday you'll build a garden like mine and remember the days we spent together.
Wow.
This is where I come in the morning when I wake up, during the day, and then at night before I go to bed, because it just calms me down.
Yeah. This is a lot of work for you to keep it in this condition.
I didn't, you know, I always watched my grandfather as a child tending his garden, and I thought, why is he always outside? Now I know, because it's a full-time job, but it's a labor of love.
But today you're going to cook something for us, right?
Yes.
And it's going to be a journey for us to...
Yes. When we grew up in the Japanese American community, everybody went to funeral and wedding banquets, special family gatherings at the Chinese restaurants in Little Tokyo. And they're not there anymore. And everybody misses that food. So I went literally from one end of the state to the other, to New York, to Paris, to Italy, trying to find that flavor, and it's gone.
Okay.
So I decided to develop my own set of recipes so that I can bring it back anytime I want.
mean, you were born here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but really you are so connected to Japan still.
Well, it's because of my grandparents. They stressed family.
Yep.
They said there's nothing more important than family. Don't bring dishonor to the family. And when we're gone, they said, you're the elder. You'll be in charge of passing on the cultural heritage to the younger generation.
So how did the Japanese come to live here, and where did they go first?
So 2.5 million Japanese left the country to earn money to pay their taxes and buy back their family's lost land.
That was never going to happen. They were never going to go back.
Well, they thought they all wanted to go back, and so did my grandfather. He came over in 1898 after signing a contract with the Northern Pacific Railroad in Seattle to build one of the transcontinental railroads.
And they were paid probably less than what the locals
There
were.
was starvation, food, and almost no pay. So he signed up to be a dynamiter to earn a little extra money.
That's danger pay, right?
Danger pay, yeah, because the guy before him got blown up.
And he lived through that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he taught me how to use dynamite.
How many Japanese came to America at that time?
To the United States, 500,000 came.
Wow. How many came to Los Angeles?
Easily 100,000.
Okay. And what did they do when they came here?
Well, they started businesses. They worked the farms like our family did, and they created. Well, they found a lot of resistance
Yeah.
because they're new immigrants and they look different. So they formed business associations along the West Coast, and they opened 43 of what we call Nihonmachis, or Japan towns.
Yep.
So they could have Japanese businesses, deal with Japanese customers, and they didn't have to put up with the outside community.
It's something about food that unites people, and it's the people of Los Angeles you found out about Japanese culture and their people through food.
Yes. It's easier to get to know a nationality's food than the person himself, because you don't usually run into somebody like that. But for all of our celebrations, like weddings, funeral banquets, family get-togethers, we went to Little Tokyo, and we either ate the restaurants there, or most often we ate at the Chinese restaurants there.
Chinese food's very different from Japanese.
That's why they liked it.
Okay, because it was exotic.
Exotic.
Okay.
Yes.
I love the layout. I love how the cutlery and the chopsticks is also authentic.
Well, the hashioki, the chopstick rests, are from the 1950s.
Yep.
These plates were used by my grandmother in the 40s and 50s.
Wow.
So it's history. And then this is 100 years old. It belonged to my grandmother.
Wow. And this in here we have some
Octopus.
octopus. That was awesome.
And then we have a special sauce here that my wife made from her grandmother's recipe.
Okay.
So you're eating history.
Okay. It's gonna be great. So here's my surprise. What have we got here?
I've cooked you traditional Meiji era 1800 style Japanese obento cuisine.
Wow. I mean, look at the box that it's in. It's just so glamorous and luxurious.
They're called a jubako. The original ones were carved wood and hand lacquered.
Okay.
But nowadays we use plastic because the old ones are pretty fragile now.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we make
Wow.
for lunchtime.
This is
Or
incredible.
for New Year's, right?
I mean, this is so much food, and everything. It's a work of art.
Yeah, my grandmother, well, when they took their obento boxes to picnics, all the East Side ladies would compare each other's food, and it was kind of an unspoken competition. And they'd go and they'd taste her chicken teriyaki or her shrimps or her nishime vegetables, and then later they go, Mrs. Yamashita's wasn't as good as last year. Mine's a lot better.
Doesn't matter what culture, right? That goes on
it's just
everywhere.
Everywhere.
This is amazing. Well, let's give this a try, shall we? There's something about having so many ingredients together, that just like a good wine with so many flavors going on. There's so much to taste. It's just so full. It's a full flavor.
You're tasting the flavors of 18th century Japan in there.
Really?
Because they don't make it this way. They simplify it now. As a sushi chef and a Japanese chef, we always like to say that something like this is a perfect universe. It's got elements from the sea, the land, and the mountain.
So how long would it take you to make something like this? How many days?
It took about 3 days.
For me.
For you.
And for us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's very, very generous of you.
I do the same for my family, and now I consider you family.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You've been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
After the break, I meet up with Instagram blogger Stizzy Bites as we splurge on the finest Japanese beef we could find. And coming up, we learn the ancient art of sushi, I try some pig's feet stew, and I have a one-on-one cooking class with one of America's finest and renowned Japanese chefs. We're in Luxy, Beverly Hills, and I'm meeting with blogger and realtor Jordan Neftol, and she's showing me the high end of Japanese cuisine. We're at Yazawa Japanese restaurant.
You're taking a break from selling houses, so thank you so much for coming out.
I am.
This is a great place.
I know, it's cool, huh?
So what are we eating today?
So we're gonna be eating, it's Japanese style food.
Okay.
They're actually really, really famous. It's the first restaurant in LA.
They're the real deal.
Oh, the real deal. They have 20 restaurants in Japan, 2 in Singapore, 1 here, and God only knows where they're gonna have more.
Yeah.
But it's all about meat. So it's the best cut of meat. I mean, there's a million different kinds that they have, but we're gonna be trying the best ones today.
Okay, I have here. This is the Yazawa Yaki, our sirloin cuts that we have.
Oh,
Nice.
my goodness.
Oh, so was it, okay, we're eating this one here.
Yes, right here, sirloin. Yes.
I always like having people over for barbecue and sitting there for a long time, having a glass of wine while the meat's cooking.
Opposite.
This is going to happen like in like a few seconds, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how long has that been already?
It's just ready right now.
So what's in the sauce?
It's just an egg. It's a
Okay.
pasteurized egg sauce, and this the sauce that we made. That's the original barbecue sauce that we make.
Yeah.
It's perfect match with the egg, so you will see.
Oh my gosh, Jordan.
Is that incredible?
Just incredible.
It's like butter. It literally melts in your mouth.
It's like cake. It's falling apart. It's just and tastes beautiful.
Isn't that incredible? I know.
Honestly, that is just so succulent and beautiful. So we need something to, we can't just all be about meat, right? We need to have something that's...
Wash it down.
Yeah.
So this is baby corn.
Yep.
You have Brussels sprouts. This is zucchini.
Yeah.
And then that's Japanese pumpkin. Japanese pumpkin's my favorite. And you see on this how it's all black and charred? They marinate it for 3 days and then they end up grilling it. So all of that gives it so much flavor.
You can taste the marinade. It's really fresh and kind of a little bit of salty, but...
It's salty but a little bit smoky because of the char from the grill.
Of course.
I have 2 base cuts here. Let me explain where that came from. I have this cut right here. It's called misuji, which is from the brisket.
Okay.
And this cut called zabuton from the chakai. Those are 2 best cuts that you have.
Which one do you like better?
I really like the misuji. And I would say 33 seconds each side, 35 seconds each side would be ready. Okay?
Okay.
It's already
3
made.
seconds and 3 to 4 seconds.
Right.
Do we have a timer?
Got it.
Should we use a timer or just...
You be counting and I'll cook.
Okay, sounds good. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So this one's the brisket. This is her favorite.
Oh, well, it's great. Okay, thank you.
All right.
This is awesome.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
I personally like things a little bit more cooked. Can you see the char on it already?
Looks great.
Done.
Okay, great.
There you go.
Perfect. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this is so much fun. There's something about cooking and eating and catching up.
And plus, you get to know a lot about each other. Like you learned I like my meat well done.
I know, which is kind of like against the rules, by the way.
So I dip it in here.
Okay.
You're trying that one first? Okay, fine. I'll try that. Try the brisket first.
Okay, great. Ooh. Jordan, thank you so much for bringing us here. This is the most amazing meat I've ever tasted. And they hear me say that all the time, but it keeps getting better and better.
It's buttery. It literally melts on your tongue.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Okay, let's do it. This one's a little thicker, so I can't.
This one's a little thicker and a little bit fattier.
Okay, just it's not tough though, right?
No, oh my God, none of this is tough. Are we dipping it in there too?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cheers. The food is so good, and it's an experience, and that's the part that I love about it. You know, you're able to sit and you're able to cook and you're able to talk to each other. I mean, you can't get too invested in your talking because you don't want to burn the meat, but it's like a full experience being here,
It
and
really
it's
is.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you. We'll do it again.
After the break, we learn the ancient art of sushi, I try pig's feet stew, and I have a one-on-one cooking class with one of America's finest and renowned chefs. Matsumoto is a career sushi chef. He's made making sushi an art form. Just watching his preparation is akin to watching a dance or a form of martial art.
Number one, grind the fresh wasabi. Then I'm gonna cut the fish. Some fish very narrow, some fish very wide. I need the size, like a 2 finger and a 4 finger. So it's narrow fish, we have to make an angle. Then I'm gonna cut the sardine, Japanese sardine. Halibut, I'm gonna cut Japanese halibut. So, see, so everything almost same size. So I start to make the sushi. They touch the fresh wasabi first, and the rice. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut the tuna right now. This is for the roll, different size. This is a little more like a chunk. Use we call the makisu, the bamboo, and they put the nori, seaweed, put the rice. This is a little very traditional Japanese style roll, and then roll out. And they cut into 6 pieces. Wasabi and ginger. Sushi for the one person. There you go. There you go.
Some parts of Japan are a little less Japanese than others. For instance, the Okinawans. The people here are Japanese, but their culture is slightly different. Some Okinawans have also made Los Angeles home, and once a year they hold their annual festival. So I'm here to try some unique Okinawa food.
You have to try the sata andagi. It's, they call it, in Japanese it's called dango, which is like a similar to a donut. Also the ishibichi, and that is pig's feet soup. So you really need to try that. It's delicious.
So this is pig's feet soup, right? I want some pig's feet soup, please. Thanks so much. The hoof of the pig, and the meat's just falling apart. Yep. Tastes like ham. Why is this line so long? Why are all the lines short and this one's so long?
Because it takes a while for us to do it.
It's because it's the best food, right? It's interesting just to find out what these guys are eating.
So now from eating pig's feet soup, we're going to try something that is absolutely 100% Japanese. Sake.
The first commercialized sake started around 700 years ago in Japan. Still, the majority of sakes are made in Japan, but we're starting to see a growing movement, especially in the United States, of craft sake breweries. So what I like to recommend a lot of my guests is that when you order your bottle of sake, tell your server to skip the ice bucket and let it sit on the table. And throughout the night as it warms up, you'll have a different experience each time.
After the break, I have a one-on-one cooking class with one of America's finest and renowned Japanese chefs. I'm on a search to find a true ancient Japanese dish, so I'm here to meet one of America's most esteemed chefs. Owner Chef Damon Min-cho, formerly from the prestigious Matsuhisa Japanese restaurant in Beverly Hills. I'm meeting with him here in Silver Lake to taste his historic and iconic food.
The name of this restaurant, what does it mean?
Osen is a Japanese drama, it's izakaya drama name.
Okay. Well, there's so much drama going on here because you have bamboo.
Yes.
You have the blossom tree, which is absolutely beautiful. What's the concept behind the blossom?
Yeah, I'm gonna putting in all this loft on top of everything. There is blossom. I'm putting in the maybe December.
Now, your history. I mean, Nobu Restaurant. You were involved in one of the first.
Yeah, I was
sushi chefs.
Yeah, I would work the Nobu Matsuhisa in Beverly Hills. I worked with him.
So we're the best of the best. He's the best of the best right here. Are we doing a Tokyo way today?
Yes, right.
Okay. What we're seeing here is the real deal.
Yeah, because we have a hot pot and then kushiyaki, but American people, they just know that it's a yakitori.
What are you going to cook for us today?
Okay, we're gonna making today is a salmon hijiki hot pot.
Yep.
But nobody have it in USA. Starting first one is I'm gonna cutting for the salmon.
Yep.
I'm cutting the middle side because this side is we can eating, but I don't want to using there's a bad part. That's why I'm cutting it, and then we already this one is trash.
That was a perfect piece of fish right there.
Taking the little short time is cutting to more little half side.
This looks beautiful. I mean, it's a work of art already. Everything has a clear purpose.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and then after we're gonna putting in this the kushiyaki, this grill.
Yep.
This is all the charcoal.
You can see the charcoal inside there,
Yeah.
which is just gorgeous.
Yeah. We gotta using the hot pot for here. This is the hot pot. So I bring the one is the rice for here. The hijiki sauce.
Is that a Japanese thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Only Japanese people they know that. And then I'm gonna fire on, and then we putting in the hijiki sauce a little bit here. I want to making the bottom is crispy. I'm waiting for this boiling hot pot, and then we're watching.
You can see it's smoking beautifully now. It smells fantastic. So is that going to be totally cooked before it goes in, or is some of the cooking going to happen in here as well?
This one is just outside the cooking.
Okay, and then the inside will happen
And
in
then
here.
it's with inside putting in and the steam and the cooking inside everything together. I just open up.
I can see you got a bit of flame on there. You like the little flame's good?
Yeah, you can smell it's good.
Oh my gosh, it's so barbecued.
Yes, opening here, and then it's a juice is coming. The salmon juice is coming in the rice together mix. When I'm sitting the customer here, I'm gonna open. They say, "Oh, what is that?"
And don't touch us too hot, right?
Yeah, this was hot.
Yeah.
And then after a little bit, one more time, the hijiki sauce.
Yep.
And this is a sesame oil.
Okay.
And then we put in here. This is we homemade this unagi sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a eel sauce, and then a little bit on top.
Ooh.
And then this is the kijami nori. This is a sliced the sesame is a seaweed.
Yep.
We're putting on top everything here. Here, this is a spoon, server, and then putting here everything.
Yep.
And then we mix together.
I can see what you mean. You're lifting off the bottom of the dish,
Yeah.
which has that lovely crust on the bottom of the pot. Okay. A little bit of everything here.
Yeah.
As you can see, got some salmon, the rice,
rice,
the seaweed.
yeah, everything.
Oh my gosh. That is so delicious. And the rice is not too soft.
Yeah.
It's kind of still a little hard.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did this because this is authentic Japanese food.
Yeah. Very
And
old.
we searched the whole of LA
Yeah. Nobody have it.
to make sure we wanted something
Yeah.
from Tokyo direct.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
showing
so
us.
much.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks for joining us. Next time on United Plates of America, we talk about food and what unites us.